that belly. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Aloha, guys. We're here at Augment Wellness for a special episode of the Price for Paradise podcast. My man Zane is going to take us through his new wellness center ventures over here at Augment, and it's a fantastic new spot on the top of the 101 in Scottsdale. Come check it out.
All right, over here we have our Normatec compression with the zero gravity chairs. As you can see, Hannah's very comfortable. She's getting the red light benefits, kind of comboing her recovery, and she gets to have some good entertainment as well.
A little World Cup action, never hurt nobody.
Never hurt nobody. Then over here, we have different modalities paired together. Hannah's using the red light as she's doing her compression. And then we have Ed over here also getting his legs compressed as he's doing brain tap, which is great for the mind, getting it geared and wired so later on they can continue their Zen.
Yeah, and we'll go a little bit deeper in about brain tap. It's a binaural beats technology, so it's going to send two different frequencies in the ears, and it's going to help balance the nervous system and drop you into a different brain wave state. And so it's a really cool technology, but we'll talk about a little bit about it later. All right, guys, welcome to the lymphatic massage room. So they got this fancy lymphatic massage trainer, and so Zane's gonna get over here, he's gonna show you what we can do. So lymphatics is the drainage system of the body, and so we can manually stimulate it with pressure and different nodules like this thing has. He's showing you can sit on it, you can kind of manipulate your body in different ways so that we can get some nice manual therapy on it. There's different settings. Zane, tell us a little about the settings.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have some collagen reproduction happening. That's going to be thrown in with the infrared light. So as you're massaging and getting all that lactic acid out of your muscles, you're also burning calories and it's vibrating and heating up. So you get the best of both worlds, recovery and a workout.
Nice, stacking a bunch of the therapies in one. All right, guys, so we're walking into their red light therapy room. They here at Augment, they have a red light therapy bed. So you're gonna be laying down here, getting a full body action while you're in that red light panel. They also have this top panel here to, stimulate the top side, but you'll do some sessions where you flip over and back. Great for ATP, great for setting your circadian rhythm. Red light signals the cells in your body to work differently for you, and if your body's inside all day, you're not getting that red light like you would normally by the sun. So a great way to stimulate red light therapy is to do it in a biohacked kind of way with a red light therapy device like this. Wow. Augment Wellness also has a deprivation pod, a float tank, as they call it. In here, you're gonna, lose all of your senses so that you can really feel in tune with your breath and really drop your nervous system into a really parasympathetic state that rest and digest and really just calm your body down, right? Find some stillness in here.
The beauty of this is 1,200 pounds of salt, magnesium salt, so you are suspended, kind of like in the Dead Sea. You're floating. You don't have to worry about drowning. The temperature is the same temperature as your body temp, so you don't get a wet feeling. You feel like you're just floating in outer space. Very comfortable. Lights shut off, sound shuts off, so all your senses are killed.
I love it.
High level.
All right, so we're gonna walk into the infrared therapy room over here. So the infrared therapy is gonna be about 170 degrees here at Augment. It is a little bit lower temperature, but we're using light waves to heat the body, so it penetrates deeper into the skin, and you're gonna get that deep sweat when you come into an infrared sauna, but a little bit more comfortable feeling. You don't feel like you're burning your lungs or burning your skin like a traditional sauna.
Phenomenal for scars, wrinkles, dark spots, anything surface. This is going to help heal the process because the infrared rays penetrate the skin differently than a traditional sauna.
All right, so we got the pink Himalayan sauna. In here they have a salt mixture so that you can get some of that heliotherapy from the salt, and then you also have 200 degrees, so this thing's a hot box, and you can get that deeper, drier sweat.
Here is our lounge sauna, still with the traditional HYROX. We have water, you can go ahead and spruce it up a little bit, but still right around 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Great for organ detoxing, a deeper sweat. and this gets the job done.
And a beautiful way to like create community. A lot of times, you know, people want to find alternatives to going out and drinking or doing kind of some of those other late night activities. And when you come to like a sauna room, right, you guys can get that kind of effect of like having good conversation and being social and doing something healthy too on top of it. So yeah, try out like a, you know, a traditional sauna and get some, you know, community.
A community that sweats together, stays together.
Yes, sir.
And then,
are these vitamin C showers or what are these? Just regular showers. What do you got? What do you got?
That'd be something.
That is a thing. I don't know, you know. Oh.
Frost locker. -3 degrees Celsius.
Woo! All right, guys, we're in the frost locker. -3 degrees Celsius. You know, if you're not tough enough to take a cold plunge because the body transmits heat through water a little bit better, you can come in to the frost locker. It's like that Costco freezer that you always loved as a kid. This is that, right? We're in there. We're getting that, like, you know, slightly cryotherapy, but it's a little bit milder.
You don't need gloves. You don't need a hat. You can come in here, still get that chill, closes your pores, so when you go back into the real world, you don't pick up extra pollutants and toxins.
I love it. All right, guys, now we have the cold plunge, the classic. We have 3 different plunges here. Zane, what kind of plunges we got?
So we have cold, colder, and a hot tub.
Oh, this one's warm.
So everything is salt water. No chemicals are used for the filtration, which is a huge, huge hack. Along with that, using it for contrast therapy, going from cold straight to hot, you kind of still get the same stimulus as you would with the sauna, but you can play around with different circuits.
When we're doing contrast therapy, when we hop into something hot or we're like in the sauna or something like that, we're gonna have blood vessel dilation, right? And that's gonna give us way better blood flow. Then we hop in the cold, right? We get that instant constriction, right? We're doing cardio with our blood vessels, so that contrast therapy is an amazing feeling on the body, and going back and forth from that heat to cold can really clear inflammation and clear out bloating and all that stuff that we're trying to get rid of, you know, on our health journeys. All right, and welcome back to the Price for Paradise for this special podcast in the Salt Room. I got my man Zane here. We're gonna talk a little bit about wellness. We also got Hannah and my man Edward. I barely met Edward like 30 minutes ago, so you know I got to make sure I get the names right. What's up, brother? What's up, dude? And so let's start it off, Zane. Dude, what brought you to Augment? How did you get up here, up in Scottsdale especially? First off, you're not even from Arizona, so, you know.
Yeah.
You just came here a couple months ago. So what brought you here?
Plethora of events, but ultimately I wanted to be around health, so I found this place. Dude, can't beat it.
Yeah, first thing you do when you want to get into like the health and fitness world is you go find a job like getting the benefits of what you wanted out of that place, right? And so you go in there, you learn about it, you get to use all of this stuff, and then, you know, you can take it and run with it with all your clients, or at least that's what I did, you know, with my business. And I think it's awesome that, like, he's a fighter, so he's always going to need his recovery anyway, so why not get a job at a wellness center? Yeah. Like, genius.
It's all, trying to supplement just 2 different things that benefit you, whatever your goal or passion about, then put them together. I needed a job, wanted to come here. You know, I would be a client here, so that's how I knew I wanted to work here.
And so what drew you to this specific wellness center? I know this one's a little bit different. It's got, I mean, we're in the salt room right now. I've never, you know, been in a salt room, but I've been fascinated as like a breathwork teacher. I feel like the antibacterial and like antimicrobial properties of this room would be a great place to hold like a breathwork class, or, you know, to have some, just to sit in here and breathe for a couple hours if you have asthma or if you have congestion or something like that.
All of it, yeah.
I mean, as you can see here right now, our raspy friend here, he's a little sick. He needs to spend a little bit more time in the old salt room.
That is true. And then also the benefit of from sauna and cold, all the minerals that you lose coming back into the salt room and being one with the salt, getting it on your feet. You get to taste it a little bit. It's all the way around. Ed wears it in his hair. Whatever works. Just getting the salt around you. And
Yeah, this is not a new
great.
therapy, guys. Like, this is why people like to live by the beach. This is why swimming in the ocean is so healthy. One of the benefits of it is that salt. It's like one of the most washing and replenishing things to get those like sodium ions and really feel all of that salt come in through the body dermally, through the skin, and you can kind of absorb things through the biggest organ in your body, and people don't realize that effect that you get like sitting in a salt room or just breathing in that salty air like you would be near a beach or something like that.
So true. So these are pink Himalayan bricks. Bricks came in from Pakistan. And then there's medical grade eucalyptus salt being dispensed in the air, and that's what we're breathing in.
Okay, so it's not just these walls, but like they're actually like putting it up into the air so you can like inhale it.
Absolutely.
And stuff like that.
Falls to the ground, and that's what we got on our feet as well.
All right, and let's go back through like some of the other stuff that we talked about earlier. We walked in and we had Normatec compressions, right, running, and like Normatec's like, if you haven't used them before, it's like rolling out on steroids. I mean, if you immediately gain range of motion and mobility after, just 20 minutes sitting in those things. Also, if you're just really sore and puffy, to get rid of that inflammation, it's just squeezing that inflammation out. You're just a big body of water. And, we can manipulate the different pressures in the body to move that water around and clear that inflammation. And the Normatecs are phenomenal at that.
Absolute game changer. When people are on their feet all day, we have a lot of nurses and, people that are moving all day and they're on their feet. So all that blood and stagnation stays down there. It's really small capillaries and small, extremities. So elevating your feet, getting that squeezing of the blood back to the heart to recycle. Dude.
And I like how you guys stack therapies. Like you add the red light therapy to it. Like get that, especially women these days are looking for different skin and healthcare routines. But like, let's talk about healthcare and skincare that's like good for us. Like red light therapy, right? That cell signaling can actually regenerate the collagen in the face and like tighten up those wrinkles. And like all the things that girls go get Botox for are like things that you could do for red light therapy and making sure you do that on a daily basis. I don't understand why we, need to go through all these other things that make us less healthy, like injecting things into our face that like freeze our face. But we can do these things that regenerate our face, makes us look younger, and do like, light therapies and stuff of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely. It's skin elasticity. So just like a rubber band, you want your skin to be pliable and be able to snap back. And that's what rejuvenating those cells, mitochondrial cells, helps your skin be lively and vivid.
And when they talk about like red light therapy, a lot of times people are like, are we going to get tan in there? And it does the opposite of get you tan. Like it heals your sunburn. It heals your skin, and it brings blood flow to the edges of your body, right? And so that is what's going to, draw out all those benefits. And that cell signaling is going to give you better activation of your nervous system so that when you say flex, that signal fires at the right time and it's not lagging. Like when you wake up out in the morning and you feel really heavy and tired and groggy, right? Your nervous system's not turned on yet, and that red light can really get you going fast early in the day. Or like places like Alaska where it's dark 24/7.
Yeah.
They have to like simulate a sunlight, and they can use red light therapy to set their circadian rhythms, and it can help you if, like in the wintertime, if you want to get up earlier and start your day earlier.
Yeah. It's a life hack. And also with as much blue light as we get in our day-to-day lives looking at screens, you want to cancel that out with red light. These are sending different signals to the brain. Too much blue light, affects your circadian, affects your sleep. Your sleep, when you wake up, how bloated you are, you can feel it in your eyes sometimes. So getting red light's great for your eyes, great for your brain. So beneficial.
He's so right about the good for your eyes. There's a bunch of good studies on macular degeneration and red light therapy. And just even with your eyes closed, it can penetrate through the eyelids and really give the cells of your eyes that relief and actually relax them and let them, get some of the relief from just sitting all day on screens and being on computers and not getting outside and looking into the distance.
Absolutely. Red light's a hack. Totally underutilized. We have a bed and panels, so you can really target certain areas.
Yeah, I mean, red light's the future. I think that should be in, I had last podcast, one of our guys, he came in, he created a respite room inside of Phoenix Children's Hospital where it's like a wellness center for the parents, right? And so they can do, red light therapy and some of these kinds of, treatments while they're waiting on their kids that have cancer. And like a lot of people don't care for the parents when it comes to those things. So I thought it was a great idea to add that wellness center. And I don't know why we go into a hospital and there's all these blue lights everywhere and it feels like such an unhealthy environment, right? And it's very like stimulating on the nervous system where you have like all these lights and all these people and all these sick people. Like, we need to like, transition it to be a more comfortable environment for our patients.
Same thing with schools, but that's a different topic.
Yeah, true.
Totally different. So we had red light, then we moved on over to the float tank.
Oh, no, we missed the lymphatic drainage machine, right? So you have a giant lymph machine. Classic. And that thing is amazing, right? So it's a giant roller and it's got a bunch of wooden panels on it.
Yeah. So that I would say is like foam rolling on steroids.
Okay, yeah.
And the beauty of it is you don't have to get on the ground. You don't, getting some angles to get some muscle groups can get complicated, different trying to roll it out. That it's up, it's vibrating, it has red light in it, infrared, and then collagen production in it. So it's easier to hit targeted muscle groups. And you can get creative with it. Yeah,
and what he means by the collagen production stuff, so like the light itself is stimulating the cells, and then the friction is kind of breaking up the cells and creating that stress and tension that's going to create the collagen production. It's going to stimulate that collagen production. Our bodies need a little bit of stress to adapt to things. This is our all hormetic stressors in here, and so our body's always trying to get back to balance, but if we go really far on the hot side, then our body's going to try to rebalance cold. And if we go really far on the cold side, then our body's going to turn on the heaters and it's going to learn to heat up, right? And so going on both ends of the spectrum of like temperature and wellness is going to be really important on the body to create resilience on both ends of the spectrum, right? Absolutely. And so, yeah.
And with that as well, when it comes to cellulite, you got to break it up. Like you want to get rid of cellulite, you got to break it up. So the lymphatic massager is perfect for that. Then you're getting that collagen production, kind of heal what's there so you don't have what you don't want there.
Exactly. I like it, man. And then next we rolled into our float tank, our deprivation tank, right?
Have you ever done the float tank, Hannah?
No, I have not.
No. Would you be interested?
I was eyeing it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That'd be fun.
Yeah, for all of our hard chargers and people who can't like turn it off, right? That is the place where you are like, there's nothing else you can do. Like it is empty space out there, the void. And so I don't know how many people can handle their own thoughts, but it's definitely probably a psychedelic experience sitting in there. And so have you done it yourself?
Big fan. I've done it. Also, not only for shutting off the senses and, meditating or thinking whatever thoughts or whatever demons pop up there, but also so much magnesium Epsom salt that you're getting the benefit like an Epsom salt bath. So I like it. It's right around a 45-minute to an hour session is what we book it out for.
Do people fall asleep in there? Is it like
most of the time?
Most of the time, okay. And it's safe because you're floating on top of the water, so it's not
exactly.
Like you're in any danger or anything.
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And then there's also like deprivation of sound, right? And then also that weightless feeling, just being suspended on top of the water.
Yeah. It's kind of like floating in space, more so, because you don't feel like you're wet because it's the same temperature as your body. So you don't have like that cold sensation and your nervous system isn't spiked. I guess that's the name of the game there.
I think
having your nervous system just be as is with no stimulants.
Of all the therapies that you guys have here, I think that's one of the more fascinating ones to me because we live in such a world of like overstimulation. Like everything is like TikTok, right? 6-second attention span. You're on to the next thing, or you have all these, lights and music playing and all these different notifications buzzing your wrist every 2 seconds. Yeah, and so going in the deprivation tank and just getting away for a second, it's like almost going to nature, but we don't really have that access in the city, right? So we need to get out and get out of our heads for a little bit and give us some space.
Yeah, absolute life hack.
All right, so then next we got saunas.
Saunas. We have different forms. Pick your medicine is what I say. So we have infrared. I'm a fan.
I like infrared too.
I like it. I don't love it.
As I feel like it's a good starting place.
Yeah.
Like,
Completely.
but I feel like the hotter the better. At least in my personal experience, the studies also say a lot when it comes to like the heat of the sauna mattering. So 20 minutes at
And
like
the time.
100, yeah, and the time, right? So like 20 minutes at 180 degrees is going to give you a lot of the study benefits, right? And so like when you go in there for 10 minutes, but it's maybe not as hot to the infrared sauna, right? And so that maybe gives you a sweat, but I don't know how much, depending on the benefits, right?
And also depending on what you're using it for. Because at the end of the day, we're opening up channels for toxins to leave our body. At the end of the day, that's what sweating is, and that's why sweating is so powerful. And it has a natural glow to it. So if you're trying to stimulate heat shock proteins, yeah, you got to go for the X amount of time, X amount of heat. You're just trying to, you haven't sweat or worked out in a couple days.
It's good for bloating. You need to get everything cleaned out. Yeah, you can just get in there for 10 minutes. You can get in there for 15 minutes.
So kind of be intentful of what you're using it for.
The fascinating thing about the sauna is like there's a lot of studies that go out there like 4 times a week decreases your all-cause mortality by like 50%.
Yeah.
So cancer, heart disease, like all these like major risk factors, you just dramatically drop them off by having this just easy practice, right? Like the sauna is one of those things that takes no effort. You just sit there and you get health benefits, right? It's a cardio mimic. So if you're a person that really, really hates cardio, at least do the sauna. Like, please, like, do the sauna.
Low-hanging fruit.
It's the lowest of hanging fruit.
Start there. If you're somebody that has been out of workouts or the gym or just a typical family guy or whatever it might be, why not start there? Everybody's so keen on getting to the treadmill and running like how Hannah runs. Like, you don't need to put those many miles in. Start with the mimic. Start with giving your body that stimulus. And then later on, when you do put on the miles, your body's going to be more accustomed to it.
Yeah, my aunt actually, that's what started her whole wellness journey, was just the infrared sauna. She bought one for her house. She started doing it every night. And then like she trickled on, started adding in things, right? She started lifting. Then she started, she went to the hormone doctor, check her hormones out. She did this, she did that. But it was the sauna practice itself that really like was the gateway to getting her into wellness, right? And it is by far one of the easiest ways for people to approach wellness and feel good while they leave. Like if you do a workout and you feel terrible afterwards and you don't want to come back, there's like, or you could go sit in the compressions, you could go sit in the sauna, you feel like $1,000,000, you go home, you sleep good, and you want to come back to the gym. Like you want to go do those things again if you practice your recovery. But if it's not day in and day out of you feeling like crap and you have all this nausea and you don't want to, you don't want to work out doing that every day.
1,000%. And where people can use the sauna incorrectly is not being hydrated when they get in there, and then not hydrating when they leave.
Yeah.
It's water in, water out. Water in, water out.
And all those minerals too. Yeah. So when we're talking about electrolytes, when you sweat profusely, like say you're doing a run or you're in a sauna, you're probably going to sweat out around 1,000 milligrams of salt per hour. Right. And so a lot of these electrolyte mixes, they'll show a dosage of salt. Right. And so for every hour you're in workout or every hour you're doing that, you're going to be depleting salt. So you have to replace that salt so that your nerves fire. We are conductive beings. We run on electricity, right? And when you flex, that's an electrical signal from your brain to flex, right? And now, without the salt, you are not conductive. That ionizes you and makes you conductive, right? And so without that, your nerves don't fire, and you get headaches. And that's why people sometimes, like, we live in Arizona, we get those like heat headaches, and it's a lot of times due to a lack of minerals, not because you're overheating, but because your body doesn't have anything to fire on those minerals.
Yeah, absolutely. Water is a conductor of electricity, and like those are two elements in your body that you live with day in and day out. Everybody talks about the macros and the food,
but the minerals are something that people don't talk enough about, right?
That's where headaches are coming from. I'm glad you brought that up.
And a lot of people have a misconception about salt because of high blood pressure. So everyone's gonna, like, if you've ever been to the doctor and they tell you have high blood pressure, It's probably because you're stagnant and eat fast food all day. And so, yes, when you eat a fast food diet, the standard American diet, there's going to be lots of salt and sodium everywhere. And yes, we do not need that much salt, right? But you start eating healthy and you're like, no, I'm not going to salt my food anymore. And you start to get these headaches and you start to not feel so good. A lot of times people go on their health kicks, but they don't replace that salt that they're missing, right? And they, especially if you go, keto, carnivore, and you really cut those carbs out, then the water retention is going to drop off the table, right? And so those kinds of diets are really going to need you to double the salt and triple the salt, and people don't understand that, and that's why they have bad effects when they go on these diets and these elimination type style diets.
Cramping, another big thing, especially with athletes. Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the headaches, because I hear that so much, even here.
Yeah.
Just headaches all the time. Salt and water. Fixes
it fixes it 99% of the time. Yeah. A lot of people just need to balance out their minerals.
That's real. So we did the salt, cold.
We had heat. Now we got to go to the cold, dude.
Go to the cold.
All right. So first, before we get into the cold plunges, I know it's Zane's favorite, so we definitely have been saving this one for last. But we have the Frost Locker.
Yes.
Right. And so the Frost Locker, our Costco fridge. I like to keep using that reference because as a kid, I would go to Costco and there's that one section of the freezer that would just be, I would like see how long I could stay in there. And my mom's like, it's cold, it's fine, like, let's go. And I'm like, just one more minute, Mom, I can take it. And so this is the Frost Locker, right? You guys have at -2?
It's at -3 degrees Celsius. The benefit of it versus cryo is you don't need gloves. It's not liquid nitrogen. So you don't need gloves, you don't need beanie or anything like that. Go in there, you still get that cold sensation. Not as good as the cold plunge, but still great for closing up your pores before you go back out.
Yeah, it'll tighten you up. It'll make you look good. It will also be a great place to practice breath work and feel that cold air and cold train a little bit and get kind of used to some cold environments. But it's not water, and your body's made of water, so that's why it's more conductive when you go in, or more thermogenic when you go into a cold plunge. To transfer that cold over is because the water on water changes the heat faster, right? And so when we go into a cold plunge, you get a dramatic dopamine spike, and it's going to be a much different experience than when you go into the Frost Locker. So Zane, can you tell me what was it like? First cold plunge you ever did?
I want to ask Ed this because he's been coming for the last couple months, and we've been going through different circuits. And what's the cold? What was your first apprehension? What was your experience with it? And then how we do it.
So, I thought I was cool because I was doing ice baths at home, and I didn't really keep track of what the temperatures were, and I was just doing that because I was like, this is good. Joe Rogan said to do it, so whatever. So hey, Joe Rogan said to do it, must be legit. Right. And I guess I was sitting somewhere between 50 and 60 degrees, but because the ice was still there, I'm like, I must be killing it right now. Yeah. And then I got in here and did the 48-degree one, and I was like, bro. Dude, my ankles aren't there right now. Yeah. This is I gotta, not a bad way, and just this is a real, you can feel a real shock to your body in a good way. Mm-hmm. And my God, when you get out of the cold plunge and you get back into the sauna or into a hot tub, or if you're just standing there for a minute, the euphoria that your body has, I didn't really get that or believe it, but it's really amazing. It's really authentic, and it's I absolutely love it. It's the most important part of me coming here every time I do.
The mental side.
Yeah, 100%. How good you feel afterwards. In fact, I'll piggy that back with a question there. Because a lot of guys, I'm sitting here with all pro athletes and people that have more intelligence than I do. Zayn beats people up for a living. We got, are you a doctor? I don't even know what you do.
I'm not a doctor.
I have no idea.
I'm just an ultra trainer. I don't know.
There you got.
He was a college baseball player.
We got the country of Kenya jealous on this side of the room. It's just and I'm just hey man, I wrestled 12 years ago. And that was the last I did for a workout. I found something really cool here, which is I've always struggled staying in the gym. Trying to get back in shape, your body fat's really high, you're 30 pounds overweight. Staying in the gym's a struggle because you get it, you get a little flow, whatever. This is called a recovery center, but based on the conversation that you guys have just had so far, I've kind of learned a little bit here. It's also a great starting point. Like you mentioned, the sauna is a great place to start if you're having a tough time with cardio. So you guys talk to me a little bit about why I'm excited to go to the gym after I leave here if this is a recovery place. Because that's what ends up happening to me. So is that good? What are your takes on that?
Yeah, I mean, go.
No, yeah, that's all money. The reason why I think going back into the gym is gonna be it's gonna be easier hurdle to overcome is because your body already kind of has the same rhythm to it, to the point of it knows where it needs to spike up, when it needs to cool down. You work on breath control, that's huge for cardio, and then you have your channels open, so we're just mimicking all the things that the stimulus that people want in the gym. Yeah, you're not getting hypertrophy, but it's all the recovery benefits to make your next workout even feel better and get most out of it every workout. I think that's the big thing for me.
And you said the word recovery, like, there's two different types of recovery. There's like passive recovery and there's active recovery, right? And so what we're doing here, this is active recovery, right? Like we're doing a stimulus or like something that's stressful. So similar to working out in a way where we're getting more of like a stress response on the body, and then our body responds by giving you that euphoric feeling right afterwards, right? So, but because like when you were in there, you're doing that hard thing, right? And so like nothing is harder than the cold plunge. Like
Nothing.
There's not many things you'll do in
Nothing.
a day that you're like, I'm looking at this thing and I don't want to get in. You know, like what is the point? You're like, you'll talk yourself out of it, and then but after like you said, that mental, that euphoria, one, you're like, I did something hard. Two, nothing in my day is going to be that hard. So like it makes the other things feel easier. And then just, there's an actual chemical response that goes on in your brain, right? 3 hours later, you still have a ramped up dopamine center so that your body's like motivated for 3 hours. Your adrenaline's up. You started your day on a high note. Like other times, you know, takes you a couple hours to kind of like warm up into the day, right? You get one jump out of the cold plunge, you're just shocked into your day and you're starting it off on full speed. And so like, like that's why it feels like a workout, but at the same time, you feel better when you leave, right? And speaking of like the pain cave, Hannah, what's going on, girl? And so she's newly entered her wellness scene, right? Me and Hannah have been working on this. She's always been like a balls to the wall kind of athlete. She just hits it. She did 40 miles last week, 50 miles last week. Yeah, sorry, I don't want to downgrade it. 50 miles last week. Just like, you know, casual. That, you know, over 7 days she's averaging, you know, like 8 miles a day. Like it's insane. And so talk to me about like what has gone on in your recovery journey and just adding some of that kinds of stuff in.
Yeah, you've helped me tremendously because I was balls to the walls. If I was in pain, I just kept pushing through it. So I think for me, the biggest thing has been obviously working with the newbie and utilizing that at least on a monthly basis. But just overall prioritizing like my mental health as well. So going into, I actually was also in a salt room about 3 weeks ago and just sitting in the sauna in the salt room, taking moments to just like do breath work and be one with myself and things like that helped a ton. So I feel like saunas has been huge for me recently. The newbie, cold plunging, I don't love it. I rarely do it, but it does help a lot.
There's also a difference factor when it comes to Hannah. She's a lot smaller and lower body fat. So her conductivity to the cold, she gets cold faster than us, right? And so it's gonna be way more intense. So her sessions don't have to be as long as like somebody with a lot more body fat and like thermogenic fat. Because some of our fat is, you know, white fat and other fat is like more browned fat. And that browned fat is more what keeps us, you know, warm in the wintertime, and it is why people put on a couple extra pounds when it's December, also due to the lack of light. But there's, you know, other mechanisms there, but having a little bit of that, you know, cold response can help, you know, wake up that thermogenesis. But for girls like her, probably not going to need as much of that.
Yeah, I don't discriminate. I got both, by the way.
I think there is a benefit to not spamming the cold. We haven't really talked about this.
Yeah.
But I think there is a benefit doing it every periodically, not so often, where it's more of a stimulus for your body and you get more from it that individual time. We do it so free. There's been a time where I consistently did it day in and day.
I did 50 days in a row once, and
So by the end of 50, you're so adapted.
Yeah,
That your body, you didn't get the same rush, you didn't get the same metabolic boost as you would have, doing it once a month, twice a month. So there's something to it.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about how to do some of these things. So some of the protocols of how to do it. Like, so for cold plunging, like Zane was saying, it's a big adaptation, tolerance thing. And so just like caffeine, you drink a little bit of it, then you kind of get used to that amount. Then you start to drink more, and then you start to drink more. Same with the cold plunge, right? Now we need to stop trying to go 20 minutes the first time and be the hardest person in the room, because we're missing out on 20 different adaptations we could get, right? And so if you just work on that 1 minute adaptation first, you're still gonna get that adaptation. And then you can go to 2 minutes, then you can go to 3 minutes, and you can keep building up your adaptation. But if you go straight to 20 minutes and adapt to that right away, your body, one, is not going to like you because you're going too far too fast, right? That's how we get hurt. That's why we get hypothermia. It's like old thought processes, right?
Your nervous system's getting out of whack.
And you're cooling your body temperature too much.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're keeping it in the fight and flight, the fight stimulus way too long. Turn it on, turn it off. I think that's where the really big nuggets of benefits are. Turn it on, turn it off.
Yeah, quick sessions are fine in the cold plunge.
Good.
Like, you really honestly could go back and forth 1 minute at a time, hot, cold, something that's contrasting, that's more comfortable, but you're just getting the shock value out of it and getting a lot more out of like the compression and decompression of the blood vessels.
Absolutely.
And then like when it comes to saunaing, start again slow, maybe first time 10 minutes. I know your body's not going to be adapted to that. You also get a lot of sauna throughout the day living in Arizona. So you remember, you also need to increase salt for that too. If you're going to come to a sauna place and you live in Arizona, you need double the salt everywhere. So remember, replacing everything.
Hydration. What, just based off the amenities and everything that we did, what do you think is like the go-to combo of the bunch? Like, if you had to pick 2 or 3 of them that you could do limited amount of time, do you have a better, best way of going about it? Yes, what sticks out to you? I know my protocol. I've taken Ed through it. I'm a big fan of it, but I want to hear yours.
All right, so I think a lot throughout the time of day, when to do stuff, right? And so I live at a wellness center all day, so I get to kind of nerd out about it and go into the science. But in the morning time, I would rather be cold plunging and red lighting to start the energy in my day, right? And then at the end of the day, I'd rather be doing compressions and saunas and like heat therapies and different stuff that's going to help down-regulate you, right? And so when you go into a cold plunge, right, like your body in the morning time is already cold, right? And so when you go into a cold plunge, your body does the opposite. It turns on the heaters, right? And so in the beginning of the day, we want to turn on the heaters. And then towards the end of the day, if you go into a sauna, like your body gets really hot and your body temperature goes up. Now, when you come out of the sauna, that rebounds down, right? And so when you're going to sleep, your body temperature needs to cool to fall asleep, right? So if you ride that wave down, you're going to fall asleep so much better. So I think it's a time of day thing when it comes to these stuff. Now, obviously, we all have to just fit these things into our schedules. So when you come to a wellness day here at Augment, I would do all of the therapies, right? Like, I would try everything, spend an hour here, combo them. But say it's the end of the night, I would finish hot. Or say it's early in the morning, I'd finish cold and then I'd, run with my day. But I think that time of day stuff matters too, to kind of your schedule and whatnot.
You want it to fit your circadian rhythm too.
Exactly. Your body runs on a rhythm.
It's hormones at the end of the day. Everybody talks about macros too much. I don't know why lately that's been getting to me, but it's hormones. It's like controlling and riding the wave with your hormones. That's great. I'm a huge fan of cold plunge, getting that stimulus, just shrinking the blood vessels, and then going red light. And that's something that you showed me, I think last year before one of my fight camps.
Yeah.
And just you can feel the vitality just like as you're warming up because you're so cold. So you're warming up with the heat of the red light, but also the red lights, penetrating your skin and opening up the blood vessels. So you just feel like you're taking up more space.
And then another thing about red light therapy, the caveat, I love the combo, the cold before the red light, right? First, the cold stimulates an adrenaline response, wakes up the body and the brain and the dopamine of like the norepinephrine or the chemical of like adrenaline in the brain, right? And then the other thing is when you hop into red light, the cell signaling creates better nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is a vasodilator, so it's again going to open up your blood vessels. It's the same thing they put in Viagra or Cialis to, give you a better erection, but also it works great for blood flow when it comes into like going into a red light therapy room. It increases, nitric oxide, and it helps you get better pumps, better blood flow, and it's also antibacterial, antimicrobial, antiparasitic, all that stuff that you want comes from nitric oxide, right? And so learning how to get those blood gases moving in the body, they're huge.
We were talking before about routine and breaking the habit and having a little bit of a stuttering routine. I remember I did P90X a long time ago, and that was the big thing. It was muscle confusion. Remember that? But that was one of the ridiculous selling points. But I bought it. But whatever. We're not here to talk about that. I gotta ask, as a marathon runner, how are you breaking up your routine? Because that, to me, sounds like the most routine thing to train for, just running constantly. So how are you breaking that up to keep things fresh?
It's not marathons, is it?
Ultramarathon.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, it's, what's an ultra marathon?
50 lashes with a wet noodle.
It's really anything more than a marathon.
Okay.
So usually it's 30 plus. I'm training for a 100 miler right now, but I think routine is huge, which is why
Is David Goggins your dad?
I wish. No, I'm kidding. I love my father. But I think that's why this is huge, because routine is so important when you're trying to, get prepared for a fight or prepare for a race or whatever it may be. Like you have to be disciplined, and you're able to do that through having a routine. And so a big part of that is recovery. And so I know right now for me, like I designate X amount of hours a month or a week to training. But then I also have to think about, okay, when we were talking about this today, how many hours am I going to put into recovery at this point? And so again, coming back to here, I feel like you could just say, hey, I'm going to come for 1 hour, and I just have to go and bounce from spot to spot versus, a year ago when I'm thinking about recovery, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to stretch at home, and then I got to go drive somewhere else and go, get a massage and then do all these different things. So I feel like you do just have to figure out how much time do you have that you can allocate, and then find the resources around you that's going to be able to provide that for you.
Very cool. Thank you for that.
Well, I got a question. If you're one of your long days is what, 10, 15, 20 miles?
Yeah.
Are you hitting them consecutively? Are you hitting it a one session, 15 miles in a row?
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
I was thinking she broke it up 8 in the morning, 8 at night.
No, it's too hot.
Yeah.
No, all at once. I break up some days if I don't have time.
Yeah.
We're all busy. You just gotta figure it out.
You gotta get your miles in.
Yeah, you just gotta figure it out.
I was running with Hannah the other day, and me and Colton were, we ran the wrong way up the wrong mountain, and we immediately regretted it because we had to run.
Was it his fault?
Run the second
Yeah.
mountain. Oh yeah. Blame me.
It was
Yeah.
like
You were running with Hannah the wrong way up a mountain. This is a horrible time.
Yeah, and then I start, pull out my camera and I take a video of Colton, and then I turn the camera and zoom in way up the mountain and find Hannah 300-400 meters ahead of us, halfway up the mountain, and we're just like, yep, there she goes.
we've all had those days where you just gotta, you're fighting demons at that point. You're just like, I'm gonna go and not look back.
130 pounds of true grit.
So, yes, but definitely recover after that, because I was in much pain after.
All right, Zane. Well, we're rolling up here on the last couple minutes. Any of the last things you want to say about, Augment and anything that, comes to mind here?
Something that comes to mind, just because I see so many different walks of life come through here. It's like, athletes, CEOs, regular everyday moms, everyday Joes, average people, normies, whatever you call them. Like, I think prioritizing recovery before getting so hyper fixated on what type of workout. Should I do HYROX? Should I do CrossFit? Should I do hot yoga? I could Orange Theory, Pilates, but like, find your recovery routine before you find what your stimulus for your workout's going to be, and have that like down pat, because whatever avenue you pick from there, you're going to go so much further. And I think that's just kind of like reverse engineering the thinking of it, especially if you're just thinking, oh, I just want to lose 10 pounds of fat or what have you. Like, having that recovery in place, you're going to go so much further, and you'll accomplish your goals, and then you'll still have your hormones in place, and you'll have your health. So,
and you don't have to be the professional athlete to treat yourself like that anymore.
Sure.
Like, these days, it's available to all of us. We don't have to, have $1 million to spend on our body like LeBron James. We don't need that. We can spend a membership fee and come over here and do this every day of the week. And so it is available to you. It's available to me. It's just about you wanting to use it and do it and, showing up.
Come into North Scottsdale, mention the price for Paradise podcast, and we have discounted membership founder rates for you. So come in the front, mention Woody and his podcast, and then I have a couple of shout outs.
Yeah, please. All the sponsors.
Shout out Legacy.
Yeah.
Athletic Performance. Gotta give TJ his love. He's the man.
Always.
Elevate Fitness. That's where you train. That's where you do your personal training. You do a lot of your miles and your cardio.
Shout out Elevate.
Hannah as well. She does her recovery and her workouts there. Shout out Simply Reflections, window and exterior cleaning. Good sponsors. Nexus MMA Gym. That's where I'm at. And then UKF Gym in Chandler. They have a membership with our other franchisee, Augment. All their fighters, they get special treatment, discounted rates at a recovery place. So
I love it, man.
yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for talking therapies with us. And thanks, guys, for joining us on the pod. And we'll catch you guys next week on The Price for Paradise. My name's Woody, and aloha. All right, so Hannah's going to come in, and she's going to slowly enter her with that long exhale. Breathe. Breathe. Come on. Come on, tough girl. Get into that belly. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She's like, I can't do it. Let's go. Slide in. Like a Band-Aid. Come on. You're not going to do it. No, she's not going to do it. All right. Come in the hot tub.
The fact that I can't even breathe.
I know. That's why you send her into too much shock.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's a genuine reaction right there. That's exactly what you need.
Damage to feel all tingly here.
Oh, they are. This is more.
This is more like it. Yeah, we can handle that.
Style.
All right, then we got Zane in the super.
I got a little more insulation, so we're
Take
good.
me in it.
Okay.
And then Hannah, when you're ready, you get the 200.
You gonna take me through breath work? You gonna take me through breath?
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it, brother.
Yeah, get
All right, walking up close. We're gonna take a big nose breath.
This is 38 degrees, by the way. Put that in here.
Put that in there. I want you to just make that a caption.
So as soon as you go up, start entering. Ready? Let's do it. I land. Big one. Slow. Alright, get those shoulders in there. So goal is to get the water line above the heart right? That's going to send him into that fight or flight response. That's going to help wake up the adrenaline and cool the core body temperature really quickly, really shock the body. But Zane's been doing this for a while. He's really calm, cool, and collected, and so he's battling that response in his body, fighting it, right? So that things don't set him off in real life. He has a much more calm and collected thing, because like when he's in battle, when he's out there in the octagon, some guy's trying to rip his face off. He needs to be calm, cool, and collected as long as he can, so he can outlast that other guy. It's a game of attrition.
Then I do this.
Oh, can't forget the head dunk. Ooh, the best. Clean out the best way to clean out the sinuses right there.
That is next level. Oh my gosh. Yep. I can be blizzard.
Talking about. All right, I guess I'm in.
All right, well, let's get in there, brother. This is commonly known as the flying V on the way in. Personally, I like this method a little bit better. Now, while he's under there, as a non-MMA fighter, that fight or flight response is a little different. Walk me through the breath work where you're cold as balls right now.
Like technically you're supposed to breathe really slow, but I've been doing this for a while, so I can probably just have a normal conversation.
I can't rattle you at all right now.
But yeah, cool, calm, and collected. This thing, sends you into that one super focus zone, so you kind of just have to be there.
Any benefit on dunking straight out of the bat versus slowly getting in?
I honestly think you adapt to the cold a lot faster because you have all these like thermoregulators on the back of your neck. So if you dunk your head, you actually adapt to the cold quicker. But if you're halfway in, halfway out, your body's like half cold, half hot, so you feel both sensations on both ends.
Makes a lot of sense. You're way too calm for me to rattle you at all right now. I love it. Good stuff. They might be athletes. This is the ideal male physique. What is this one? Like 48 or something? All right. Let's do this thing. I do not do the head dunk in.
Get a big bottle. Easy in.
That's how a layman does it. A little different than the athletes, but hey, we get there.
Let's go, baby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I usually don't dunk under. I just got pure pressure.
I'm not
anyway.
dunking. I'm just gonna
She's going in.
try.
She's gonna get her shoulders in. That's the key.
Well, no, I'm just gonna get my whole body.
Yeah.
Tear down.
I just want to shake
Hey,
my hair out.
I'm getting put a 30-second timer on.
I ain't doing this for 30 seconds, but
She
I'll do
said
it for
she
like
tried.
15.
15? Okay. You let me know when to start.
Start before I get in. Okay.
Drop the shoulders.
Usually read it right now, I'm like craving a salt pepper ketchup.
Long exhale.
Well,
There it is.
in Jersey, but I just want to fight somebody.
Nice. There we
Okay.
go. That's right here. You got it here.
Woo! Okay. Oh, thank God I couldn't go out like that.
She's a champ.
Yeah.
I like that.
Come here for
I
round
like
two.
that attitude right there.
I like that. Go back to the console.
This is different.
It
I think
really
I gotta
is.
do it.
Well, I mean, you're used to
All of it.
I
That's
know.
funny.
That's why I'm like, I gotta do it to get out of that.
All right, say something.
When in doubt, sweat it out, baby.
I like that. Yeah, you're just in the podcast. You don't have to watch this one. She will just to see what she's gonna see what she is. But you're already like here. You're like better than listening. You're in person.
Yeah.
That's facts.
One quick question: have you ever beaten a Kenyan in a marathon?
Well, she beat everyone last time.
Probably.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. We're good. That joke
She's
joke
like,
flies.
I don't discriminate.
I don't disagree.
I don't really see many people on the trail.
This is
Yeah,
not.
she be gone.
behind me.
This is not a DEI race.
She ran 5 miles extra, and then she took second place on accident. She ran 5 miles extra.
Fantastic. I don't
In the
think I
middle of
can
the
run
race.
5 miles
You
right
got a little
now.
bit of salt right here.
Do I? Yeah, I keep put my hat down.
Yeah, you put your head. You got it all on the side of your head.
It's
Where
gotta
is
be
it
on the
coming
chair.
from?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
it's on the
it's on
chair.
the
Oh, is
chair.
that me too?
Oh, it might be.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Welcome to the salt room.
We're all wearing dark colors, so it's gonna be like
It's gonna be
really
everywhere.
weird.
Hey,
I
that's
did
fine.
not think this through at all.
It's healthy though. At least it's like antibacterial,
So is that salt?
Yeah, that's salt. It's a
That's
salt.
so
It's
cool.
a salt
Is
room.
that-
A little better?
When
Am
we
I right?
Cool.
Wait, is that
walk
not
out
on?
of here, it's on.
It's on. Okay.
Should I put some right under my nose a little bit, or just before we start?
I think people won't think this is how.
No, it's health. It's definitely health. I promise you, it's health. 100%. It's definitely health and wellness, and we do both.
Man, I feel
Love you guys. Wonderful. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Man, I feel
Awesome.
great.
Man, I love health.